Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. So behind me is a 2021 Honda Pilot Touring Edition. So I'm doing full front end XPEL paint protection film on it. And in this video, what I'm going to be doing is going over how to install a fender. Now, typically on this channel, I'll go over how to do hoods, bumpers. I've done a couple mirrors, some headlights, but I don't think I've ever done a video where I've touched on how to install a fender. Fenders are super easy to do. And yeah, in this video, I'm going to show you how I would go about installing a fender. So if you're new to PPF or you're trying to do a vehicle on your own at home, then this video will give you the tips and tricks to be successful at doing it. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, I'm ready to get started. I've got my fender prepped. I have the pre-cut pattern up there on the weeding board. Got my tack solution nearby, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray the whole fender down with my slip solution. And then I'm just going to take my squeegee, start at the top, and I'm just going to squeegee everything off. What this is going to do is it's just going to help remove any of the dust or debris in the air that may have landed on the fender since I prepped it. So now I'm just going to spray the whole fender down again. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to lift this up over here. This will be the bottom of the fender. And spray the adhesive side. Get it good and soaked. It's good. Now slowly as I peel it back, I'm just spraying that adhesive side down. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm just going to take and there we go. I'm just going to take and lay the fender into place. Fenders, like I mentioned in the intro, they're super easy to do. There's really not a lot to them. I just want to get my chair. They require next to no stretch, but with as easy as they are, they're pretty easy to screw them up if you don't know how to do them right. So it's kind of like that with everything when it comes to PPF. So right now, right there, it's gotta get my thumbnail. There we go. So what I want to do when I'm going to start my installation on full fenders, you always want to start at the door or at the pillar and then work your way over towards the front near your headlight. Now I got my tack solution right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this into place just with my slip solution. Make sure everything's lining up. And everything is. So I'm going to pull this back up top here. Got a little bit of tack solution in there. That's laid down into place. Squeegee that down. Now I'm going to come down over here. So I'm going to pull this back. Get some tack solution in there. And then just make sure that the film is right up here to this edge. Okay, that's good. Now I've got this corner notched out because I added a 1/2 inch so I could wrap my edges. What I'm going to do is just get a little bit of tack solution in there. Just line that up right where it needs to be. Tack that into place. And then I can come along and I can get this top edge down. Just like so. Always overlapping your squeegee strokes. You want to make sure you're not leaving any moisture behind. Now, instead of going to the front, what I'm going to do is I'm going to worry about this back edge. I'm going to get that down, and then we'll worry about going to the front last. So I'm going to pull this film back right here. Spray some tack solution along that edge. There we go, just like so. And now, what I want to do is just with one hand, I'm going to pull the film out away from the vehicle. And then the other hand, I'm just going to stretch the film. And then with the other hand, I know this is getting confusing, I'm just going to start to lay the film down into place where it needs to be. And since there's already tack solution underneath there, it's lightly going to be staying in place. Now I can come along like this, just the squeegee, and get that down. Just like so. Now, just going to make sure everything else is lined up. Just like that. Just going to pull this back, get a little bit of tack in there. Just like so. Just very lightly at first, I'm squeegeeing it into place. You don't want to start off with a bunch of pressure, because then you're going to crease the film and run into all kinds of issues. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeegee everything till about here, down till about here as well, into place. So that's all said and done, and I don't have to worry about that. And then I can start worrying about the front. That's good. Now, I can come over here and I'm going to pull this back over here. Get my tack solution in there. And now I can stretch this into place, just like so. There we go. I'm going to lift this up, and it's going to kind of stretch itself, or it's going to pull itself back into place. There we go. Perfect. Now, I'm going to sit back down, get my tack solution in over there. And now I'm going to stretch the film into place here at this corner. Hold that there, come along. There you go. And then when, I rotated the film to get it in place over here. Now it's almost 100% perfectly lined up over here. I'm just gonna lift it up because there's a sticking point right there in the film. Get that to pop loose, just like so. Tack solution. Now I'm just going to stretch it all into place. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, now everything else, super simple, straightforward. Start at the top. Squeegee at an angle, the way you're pushing all your moisture out, or down I should say. Always change up the direction which you're going with the squeegee, just to make sure you're picking up anything that may be left behind as far as solution goes. There we go. Perfect. Now, what I'm gonna do is, instead of using tack solution, I'm just gonna try just plain water. Flush out my edges. There we go. It's a little trick that I've heard from some people that you should do, is just use plain Jane water to wrap your edges. So I'm gonna try that out. Now I'm just going over everything right now one more time with the squeegee, just to make sure that there's nothing left behind. Right now, you'd be able to feel it if there was anything left behind. So I haven't felt anything. What I'm gonna do is, right now I'm just gonna take a rag, wipe everything down, just like so. And then I'm gonna take the heat gun and the rag. Start up here at this corner. Just give it a little bit of heat, and then move on from there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm heating up the edge of the film, and just with my fingers, just running my fingers along the edges with some pressure, just to pick up any moisture that may be left behind with the towel. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the front, get this locked into place with the heat gun. And I'm just going to take my finger, make sure there's nothing left as far as moisture is concerned on this edge. That's good. I'll come back to that after and wrap it. I'm just going to sit down. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to give this a little bit more heat. Good. Now we can come back over here, and I'm going to start at the front, lift the film up, make sure there's nothing sticking that shouldn't be sticking. There we go. I kind of like the idea of using just water to wrap or to flush the edges out. It's works really well. thing with paint protection film is it's very intimidating when you first get into it, and then as you start to get better at it, you realize it's really not that bad. It's very easy to overthink. It's definitely one of those things that you want to be mentally fully present when you're doing it. If you're not fully present, yeah, then it's very easy to make some mistakes. And you're going to make mistakes regardless. Just the longer you do it, the less and less you'll make the mistakes, and the less severe the mistakes will be. So yeah, that edge is wrapped. The edge is wrapped. I've gone and post-heated all of the edges around the fender. That's basically going to do it for this video. I just wanted to do a video on the basics of how to install a fender. You can take the basics I used in this video on this Honda Pilot, and you could apply this to any vehicle. If you're going to do a Tesla or a BMW that's got side markers or badges on the fender, you would want to get those down first and then do these back areas by the pillar, the door, and then move forward. But yeah, these principles apply regardless of the vehicle. So thanks a lot for taking the time to check out this video. Stay tuned for the next one, and take care.